We often hold on tightly to feelings, worries, and memories. Sometimes this grip is gentle, other times it's unyielding. We carry more than we realize, worries that cloud our minds, memories that shape our days. We think holding on keeps us safe, but often it only weighs us down. Sweet memories warm us, but painful ones linger like thorns. We replay them, believing we can't let go. They become part of our identity. This holding binds us, often without our awareness. The first step is simply to notice what we carry with gentle, non-judgmental eyes. No blame, just awareness. This is how we begin to understand ourselves. It's the first step toward peace. Learning to release starts with kindness to ourselves. We can loosen our grip gently with care, and in that loosening, we find the possibility of freedom. Look at the trees in autumn. Their leaves turn gold and red, painting the landscape with a warm, fleeting beauty. Each leaf is a small miracle, a testament to the changing seasons and the gentle passage of time. Then, as if guided by an ancient wisdom, the leaves let go and fall away with ease, drifting softly to the earth below. The tree doesn't cling to what must go. It stands tall and bare, trusting the cycle of change, knowing that letting go is not the end, but a necessary part of renewal. Letting go is natural, making space for new growth. In time, fresh buds will emerge and the tree will be adorned with life once more. Rivers, too, teach us this lesson. They flow toward the sea, never holding on to a single drop, never resisting the journey ahead. They move around obstacles, always releasing, always moving forward, adapting to whatever lies in their path with quiet persistence. Sand slips through our fingers. The tighter we grip, the faster it escapes, reminding us that holding on too tightly can hasten what we fear to lose. But with an open hand, the sand rests gently, lingering for a moment before drifting away on the breeze, free and unburdened. Nature teaches us about impermanence and gentle effort. Nothing is forced, and yet everything changes, transforms, and finds its place in the world. The falling leaf nourishes the soil, the river brings life to distant banks, and every act of release becomes a gift to what comes next. The sand returns to the beach, carried by the waves, finding new forms and new beginnings with every tide. Everything is in constant flow, a dance of movement and change that never truly ends. We, too, are part of this dance. Our lives are woven into the rhythms of nature, and we are invited to move with them. Nature shows us how to let go without struggle, to release what no longer serves us with quiet acceptance. There's beauty in change and wisdom in release. Each ending is also a beginning, and every transformation holds its own grace. We can learn to move with grace just as nature does, flowing, adapting, and trusting in the process of life. Letting go is not loss, it's transformation. It's the caterpillar becoming a butterfly, the bare branch blossoming anew. The world keeps turning, and so can we. Each day brings a new chance to begin again, to trust in the cycles that guide us. We are invited to join this rhythm, to walk gently on the earth, and to connect with one another in the spirit of renewal, to trust the process, to find peace in the flow, and to remember that in every act of letting go, we make space for something beautiful to grow. Letting go can be hard. We're taught to hold on, to be strong, to never give up. Sometimes this makes us cling to what hurts us. The familiar, even if painful, feels safe. The unknown can seem frightening. Who will we be without our old stories? This fear keeps us stuck, our grip tight. Sometimes what we hold feels like our identity, a job, a belief, a role. Letting go can feel like losing ourselves. But our true self is deeper, like the sky behind the clouds. It's normal to struggle and feel resistance. Be gentle with yourself. Acknowledge the difficulty. This is part of learning and growing. We stumble, but we can always rise again. The mind craves control and certainty. Letting go means surrendering some of that control. Our thoughts create stories, convincing us to hold on. This inner chatter can be loud and persistent. We may cling to anger, thinking it protects us, but it only weighs us down. Letting go of anger isn't approval. It's choosing peace for ourselves. We also cling to past joys, missing the present moment. If we're lost in the past, we miss today's beauty. Letting go opens us to what is, right now. The struggle is often invisible, deep within. Awareness is the key, shining light on our patterns. With compassion, we can untangle these knots. Each gentle release brings us closer to freedom. The heart grows lighter as we let go. When we let go, something shifts inside us. A quiet peace blossoms like a calm lake at dawn. Worries shrink and our minds grow still. Letting go creates space for new joys and understanding. It's like clearing a garden for new flowers to bloom. We breathe deeper, feel lighter, and move with ease. Setting down old burdens, our steps become joyful. This freedom is a gift we give ourselves. It comes from our willingness to release, not from anyone else. We become more present, more compassionate. Like the open sky, we hold everything lightly, undisturbed by passing clouds. For years, Sarah poured her energy into her job, believing it was the career she'd always wanted. She arrived early, stayed late, and gave her best to every project, hoping her dedication would bring fulfillment. Her colleagues admired her work ethic, and on the surface, everything seemed perfect. But beneath her professional smile, Sarah's heart grew weary. The spark that once fueled her ambition began to dim, and the joy she once felt was replaced by a quiet ache. She found herself longing for something she couldn't quite name. Still, she clung to her role, afraid to let go. The thought of change was daunting, and she worried about disappointing her family, her friends, and even herself. The weight of expectations pressed down on her shoulders. The fear of leaving what she knew felt like a heavy cloak, wrapping her in uncertainty. Every day, she wondered if she was making a mistake by staying, but the unknown seemed even scarier. One crisp autumn afternoon, as Sarah watched golden leaves drift gently to the ground, she realized she was holding on too tightly to a life that no longer fit. The beauty of the changing season reminded her that letting go could be natural, even necessary. Inspired by the quiet wisdom of nature, Sarah began to listen to her heart. She spent time alone, journaling by the river and walking through the woods, asking herself what truly brought her joy. Slowly, she started to imagine a different future. Step by step, she loosened her grip on old dreams and fears. She allowed herself to consider new possibilities, even if they felt uncertain or unconventional. With trembling hands and a hopeful heart, Sarah made the difficult decision to leave her job. Many people didn't understand her choice, and some questioned her judgment, but she knew she had to follow her own path. In time, Sarah discovered peace and purpose in teaching art to children. She found herself lost in creativity, sharing her passion and watching her students blossom. The work felt meaningful in a way she'd never experienced before. Her days became filled with laughter, color, and lightness. She woke up excited for what each new day would bring, grateful for the courage that led her here. By letting go of the security she once clung to, Sarah opened the door to true happiness. She realized that sometimes the greatest rewards come from taking risks and trusting yourself. What we think we want can change over time, and holding on to old dreams can keep us from growing. When we let go of what no longer nourishes us, we make space for something new to bloom. Releasing an old dream isn't failure. It's an act of hope. It's how we create room for new passions, new adventures, and new beginnings. It takes courage to change direction, to step into the unknown, but the reward is a life that feels true, peaceful, and full of possibility. Sarah's journey is a story of brave release, a reminder that we all have the strength to choose again. When we let go of what no longer serves us, we open our hearts to a life filled with meaning and joy. Each of us has the power to choose a new path, no matter where we are in life. The journey may be uncertain, but it is always our own. And in choosing to follow our hearts, we rediscover who we truly are and find the peace we've been searching for all along. Mark and David, once inseparable friends, found themselves torn apart by a single heated argument. What started as a small disagreement quickly spiraled out of control, leaving both men feeling wounded and misunderstood. Harsh words, spoken in anger, built an invisible wall between them, a barrier of silence and pain that neither knew how to cross. Both men clung to their resentment, each convinced the other was at fault. In trying to protect their hearts, they only deepened their own sadness, replaying the argument in their minds and wishing things had gone differently. As the years slipped by, the ache of their lost friendship lingered. Memories of laughter and shared adventures became bittersweet reminders of what once was. One quiet afternoon, Mark stumbled upon a book about forgiveness. The words struck a chord deep within him, making him question whether holding on to anger was worth the pain it caused. He began to consider letting go, not for David's sake, but for his own peace of mind. The anger he carried felt like a heavy chain, weighing him down and keeping him from moving forward. Each day, the burden grew heavier, until he realized he was the one suffering most. Gathering his courage, Mark decided to write a letter. He poured out his sadness, his regrets, and his hope for understanding. He didn't know if David would respond, but he needed to express his truth. In writing, Mark let go of the need to be right. He simply wanted to open a door, to offer a chance for healing, even if it meant being vulnerable. When David received the letter, he was surprised. Reading Mark's words, he realized he too longed for peace. The years of distance had not erased the value of their friendship. David let go of his pride and reached out, his voice hesitant but hopeful. The first conversation was awkward, but it was a start. Slowly, step by step, they rebuilt their friendship. It wasn't the same as before, but it was deeper, shaped by forgiveness and understanding. Letting go of old hurts allowed love and trust to return, like sunlight breaking through after a long storm. Holding on to anger only hurts us, keeping us trapped in the past. When we release it, we make space for healing and new beginnings. Letting go is a gift we give ourselves, a chance to breathe freely, to embrace life with open arms, and to rediscover joy. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past, but it frees us from suffering. It allows us to move forward, lighter and wiser. Healing begins with the courage to release what no longer serves us, and in that release, we find peace. Maria loved to paint, but perfectionism stole her joy. She wanted every detail right, and frustration grew. Watching her child draw freely, she saw the beauty of imperfection. Maria realized her tight grip on how things should be. She decided to let go of perfection and paint for joy. Mistakes became part of her art's beauty. Her creativity blossomed and happiness returned. Letting go didn't make her art worse. It made it more alive. The pursuit of perfection can steal our joy. Life's imperfections are often beautiful. Releasing rigid expectations brings peace and self-kindness. We find beauty in our own unique way. Letting go is a daily practice. Mindful breathing helps, each exhale a gentle release. Imagine worries drifting away like leaves on a stream. Journaling can reveal what we're holding and help us let go. Writing about release loosens the grip of old stories. It's a way to care for your heart. Be patient. Letting go is a journey, not a race. Some days are easy, others are hard. Meet each moment with kindness. Every small act of release brings more peace. We invite you to continue this journey with us. Together, we build a compassionate community. Let's walk this path of letting go, hand in hand, finding peace, one breath at a time.